Welcome to Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown results and your 205 Live results, spoilers, and other wrestling news. First off, we got birthdays for January 29th. Yes, this is the week of SmackDown January 29th. Bob Holly is born 1963. January 30th birthdays. Giant Gonzalez, Elegante, in other words. He was born 1966. Becky Lynch was born 1987. And Drake Maverick, formerly known as Rockstar Spud, he was born 1983. Dean Ambrose turned down WWE's offer for a new contract. Therefore, he is exiting the company after WrestleMania, sometime in April. This is not something of a lot of fans expected to wake up and read on the Tuesday morning at all. It was said that Ambrose grew frustrated with WWE, and he had reason to be. It is unknown whether he could be going to All Elite Wrestling, but of course 90-day stipulation. So certainly we will know more in time. PW Insider reports that they have been able to confirm the story as well. Ambrose rejected a 5-year WWE contract worth 7 figures annually. So 7 figures, that would be $1 million a year. This is a very large amount of money to turn down and should signify just how done with WWE Ambrose is. Further noted in the report, one source categorized the move as Ambrose being able to do what he wants as he doesn't live an expensive lifestyle and has made great money over his WWE run. Therefore, even if Ambrose doesn't get another huge contract elsewhere, he is likely to be doing fine. At this time, nothing's been said regarding his wife, Renee Young's status with WWE. She is presumably still going to carry on as the first female full-time announcer of Monday Night Raw, as Renee took to Instagram on Tuesday and issued her first comments on husband Dean Ambrose since WWE confirmed that he will be leaving the company when his contract expires in April. And you hear the post as I say it. This guy, the world is yours. My love, no guts, no glory. And also, leaving WWE, Hideo Itami. He's going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. As New Japan Pro Wrestling also has released a couple of guys too, such as Trent Beretta and Chucky T. Those who missed Becky Lynch versus SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka at the Rumble on Sunday, the screen went black for just a second due to a wardrobe malfunction from Becky Lynch. The slip is receiving mainstream media attention this week, but I haven't seen any links for it, so I didn't see it as well. Of course, my feed was blacking out by itself, including from the Fox News and New York Post. Roman Reigns may not be coming back to the WWE right now, but fans know when they will be able to definitely see him next. As The Rock revealed today on Tuesday morning that the big dog will be playing the Great One's brother in a new Hobbs and Shaw film. I'll show you some pictures right here of that as they're fighting together and against each other. Hobbs and Shaw generated some criticism from his Fast and the Furious family when production of the movie halted another Fast film in the franchise. However, Roman's addition to the cast has to get anyone excited for the upcoming action flick. Of course, the other Fast and Furious guy is Jason Statham. As you could see a couple of cool images from the movie shoot, it looks like The Rock and Roman get to fight bad guys side by side in the upcoming Fast and the Furious spinoff. They're cousins in real life, but they will be brothers on the big screen. It's also great to see the big dog is staying busy during his time away from WWE. WWE did an angle on 205 Live on Tuesday night with Tony Nese and Noam Dar brawling in the parking lot before the show began. The talent and officials broke up the fight. However, Nese attacked Dar from behind. WWE announced in storyline that Dar didn't sustain any serious injuries, but 205 Live General Manager Drake Maverick has indefinitely suspended Nese. In this video here, WWE Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy asked about Nese's suspension. Murphy wouldn't answer if he was happy with what Neese did before talking about his victory at the Royal Rumble. Murphy added that he will defeat anyone who challenges him next. In this next video link here, NXT superstar Ricochet was shedding tears and at a loss for words after watching his girlfriend, fellow NXT superstar Casey Catanzaro, perform in the WWE Royal Rumble this past Sunday. "You did great. Just had tears in my eyes even now. So you did great," Ricochet told Catanzaro as they embraced backstage. "Come here," Catanzaro yelled at Ricochet, turned away, choked up. "I couldn't have done it without you." "You were awesome," Ricochet said as they hugged once again. "My heart was beating way faster than ever for one of my matches. Like I was stoked, and I knew your number was coming, and my heart was just beating. It was amazing." Catanzaro would retweet the video and write, "Love is a beautiful thing." Ricochet would do the same, but he wrote, "Haha, couldn't even talk. Such an amazing moment for me getting to be there, to see her be in the Rumble. So proud." Impact Wrestling will be hosting a tryout for wrestlers, managers, referees, and ring announcers at the Future Stars of Wrestling Training Facility on Thursday, February 14th. And by the way, that's Valentine's Day. Get your love on the show. Try out your love on the show. Put it that way. Executive Vice President Scott D'Amore will be on hand at the tryout, along with members of Impact. More than 10 participants who took part in the last tryout last November got spots during the Impact TV tapings that week. And they are also doing tapings that week on 15th through the 17th from Sam's Town in Las Vegas on Friday. NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling Road to New Beginning took place, taped on January 30th. Early on the day, Togi Makabe, Toru Yano, and Ryosuke Taguchi defeated Tama Tonga, Tama Loa, and Taiji Ishimori to win the Never Six-Man Tag Team Championship. And here are the full results. Ayato Yoshida and Shota Umino defeated Toa Henare and Yoda Tsuji. Tiger Mask and Manabu Nakanishi defeated Hiroshi Tenzan and Ren Narita. Shingo Takagi defeated Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Bushi defeated El Desperado. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tomoaki Hanma, Kazuchika Okada, and Yoshihashi defeated Jay White, Bad Luck Fail, Yujihiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens. Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi defeated Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, and Evil. Togi Makabe, Toru Yano, and Ryosuke Taguchi defeated Tama Tonga, Tanga Loa, and Taiji Ishimori, and champion for the never openweight 6-man tag team championship. Next news, earlier in the day, Kenny Omega appeared on the warm-up to talk about his upcoming documentary, Omega Man, a wrestling love story, that will air on March 27th at 7:30 on TSN. Omega spoke about how he was initially hesitant to film the documentary, his time in WWE's developmental, leaving WWE in 2006 and taking time off before getting back to wrestling. In regards to a documentary that can be found at this link, Omega said he wasn't sure at first if he wanted a crew following him around and entering his private, personal space. And he's commented by saying, "I think it actually originated on Twitter. Someone asked if I were, perhaps, interested in a documentary film about me," Omega said. "And I'm very private. It's hard to let people into that personal space bubble. So I was open for discussion. I wanted to talk about it, knowing my schedule doesn't really have much leeway in there of free time and such. Having a personal space bubble, having a documentary crew follow me around and essentially taking away all that free time. I wasn't sure if I would actually enjoy the experience or not, or if I would be able to act like myself. As a performer, I always feel like I'm performing for people. I didn't want to make it seem like I was performing for a documentary. I wanted it to be an actual presentation of who I am. Going back to 2005, Omega entered WWE's developmental system, at the time Deep South Wrestling, and noted it wasn't exactly what he thought it would be, being that Deep South goes through Texas, Louisiana, and what have you. What he thought it would be. Former IWGP Heavyweight Champion felt like he could do more than what WWE had initially saw him to be, and decided to take a different direction with his career. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would be, as Omega admitted. I really appreciated the opportunity and learned a lot. I felt going into the system as being a nobody, without them knowing my limitations, without them knowing my potential. Especially, I really wanted to prove to them that I could be more to them and to the business than what they thought of me originally. So I decided to leave WWE. Luckily, when I decided to leave WWE, I was still young and foolish, and money didn't mean anything to me. Part 2 to that was I had parents who were very supportive of my career, and I was still able to live at home. Free, room and board. I wasn't forced to make any rash decisions, and I could focus on fulfilling my dreams. Up until now, nobody really understands there are options. There is more to wrestling than just WWE. You can make a living and make a difference. Being regarded as the best on the planet in professional wrestling without ever stepping foot in WWE. Earlier this month, Omega announced his exit from New Japan Pro Wrestling, with his contract expiring in early February. Although his next promotion is not officially known, he's reportedly headed towards All Elite Wrestling, in the most recent being the Elite. Omega's phone has a new countdown that will end at AEW's Double or Nothing ticket party on February 7th for their next event on May 25th in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. I kind of went a little dark. I went off the grid. Omega said, I really need to take some time off, both just to relax physically and mentally. There are other personal projects that I'm working on that are barely related to wrestling, so I can take my mind off of what I do in the ring and focus on those things. Everybody is wondering what my next move may or may not be. I really need this time to step away and not worry about my next match, when my next match will be. I am in no rush, really, to get back in the ring, but of course, I will very soon. There will be developments and announcements soon, I'm sure. Road to G1 Supercard from Houston, Texas, aired on Honor Club from January 25th, 2019. Ian Riccaboni on commentary with Dalton Castle. We go right to the ring with the boys. Tag Wars, round 1. The boys versus Bouncers. Bouncers are announced in a combined weight of over 700 pounds. Dang, Chug. Thanks for the Malonis to finish his beer, which he does. The boys extend the hands, and the Bouncers accept. So it seems like the Bouncers are officially faces, which I actually dig. Boy 1 and BCB starts off. When Boy 1 asks for Malonis instead, BCB tags in Malonis, and they tease a test of strength before Boy 1 uses his speed to evade Malonis. Quick evade into a tag to Boy 2, who springs in over Malonis, gets another tag to Boy 1, and they use their size and speed to stay ahead of and wear down Malonis. Double kicks and double drop kicks send Malonis to the outside. BCB in, but gets dumped as well. And the boys stand tall in the ring. Bouncers back in. The boys sits on their shoulders. Bouncers turn it into a double powerbomb attempt. But the boys get behind look for a sunset flip, but they can't get the Bouncers over, as the weight advantage took them to surprise. And the Bouncers look for seated sentons, but the boys move at the last minute. Double seated drop kicks from the boys. Covers for a 2 count on Boy 2, as Malonis barely made a 1 count. Tag to Boy 1. More quickness to Son Malonis, as Boy 1 comes off the top and gets caught by Malonis. Boy 2 climbs up as well and dives, but Malonis catches him too and hits a great double front slam for a decent pop. Beer power yelled from Malonis, as he tags in BCB. Big chop from BCB. Floors boy 1. BCB looks for the gumming and gets the I can't bite. I can't get no teeth line in, which hasn't stopped being funny to me yet. BCB gets boy 1 in the corner and nays in a nice chop. Tag to Malonis, who keeps on pressure on, sitting boy 1 up in the corner and crushing him with his behind, similar to the Rikishi Splash with the butt. Stink face. Tag to BCB, who looks for a cannonball but misses. Malone tags himself in and cuts off boy 1. Boy 2 dumps boy 1, though, and looks for the sneak as BCB is back in and eats an elbow and kicks from boy 2. Boy 2 ducks a lariat and springs, but BCB catches him. Boy 2 is able to reverse into a side spread to set up a double team stomp from boy 1. Covered by boy 2, but only gets a 2 count. Tag to Malonis, but the boys intercept and get a double soul food. But Malonis is stunned, but not going down. The boys hit the second time, but Malonis still won't drop. Boys run the ropes, but Malonis takes him out with a double clothesline. BCB whips boy 1 into a black hole slam from Malonis. Boy 2 climbs, but gets cut off by Malonis as BCB climbs in an adjacent corner. Superplex by Malonis sets up boy 2 for the last call frog splash, covered by BCB, and that's the win for the bouncers. According to the reporter, Jay got a 2.5 out of 5 stars. This wasn't necessarily anything special, but it also wasn't also one of the more entertaining outings by the bouncers, who I think are starting to find a nice balance as faces, blending humor with power spots that helps them keep some match momentum going in a way that sometimes struggles with their matches as heels. Malonis is never going to be able to move that bulk very fast, so he's finding other ways to tell a story, and at this point, I'm on board. BCB also continues his improvement and shows that he perhaps shouldn't be underestimated for a much larger, even as a more reliable opening to mid-card act that the crowd can get invested in. And the boys also continue to improve their game and have expanded their characters into the movesets as well. The chemistry that resulted here ended up making for a decent start up through the night. And I feel that the bouncers advancing is the right move as they enter this new phase of their Ring of Honor lives. I will be very curious to see if the bouncers can continue to build their momentum into something more significant. More work is needed to do so, but there are some great pieces in place here, and I'm interested in seeing more. After the match, the bouncers grab beers and get a milk and a chocolate milk for the boys. Dalton complains about the sugar content of the chocolate milk, as it will keep them up all night. Love it. We get a roast, a toast of honor to button the match. Ian runs down a change to the TV title providing ground match due to Bandito getting injured by Silas Young last week. We now have a triple threat coming up with Jeff Cobb, Dalton Castle, and Rocky Romero. But first, Thunder Rosa with Holy Dad versus Sumi Saki. Rosa is out with half Mexican, half American flag. Yes, I dig the Twisted Sisters so much. Sumi in the ring, and Thunder Rosa shoves her down right away. Sumi comes back with a shot to Rosa, runs the ropes, but Rosa evades and hits a nice backbreaker on Sumi to take control. Sumi counters with a Mongolian chop, but Rosa evades the next shot and hits a nice drop kick, which Sumi returns in kind. They both shoot drop kicks and stand off. Holiday hops on the apron to distract Sumi, which Rosa takes advantage of and whips Sumi by the hair across the ring. Back elbow from Sumi changes the momentum, but Holiday is up again and grabs Sumi as she climbs the corner, which prompts the ref Todd Sinclair to call for the bell and a DQ, which gives Sumi the win. The sisters double team Sumi with beat down until Rain runs down to chase off the sisters, setting up a tag match for the future. Sumi Saki defeated Thunder Rosa by DQ after Holiday interfered, and the reporter's rating didn't give it a rating. It's especially because DQ. After the match, Rain gets a mic and call the sister pack animals who are against what Ring of Honor is all about. Rain makes a challenge, and it looks like the tag match is happening right away. Fight chants break out for the crowd, so now we have Madison Rain and Sumi Saki versus the Twisted Sisters. We get the bell, and all four start brawling in the ring. Sumi and Madison get whipped to the ropes, but come back with dual head scissors that send the sisters outside. Rain and Sumi follows, taking down both sisters with dual dives to the floor. Sumi tosses Holiday back inside. We get the Let's Go Sumi chants from the crowd, and Sumi climbs to the corner, hits a high cross body, covers for it, but only gets a 2 count. Sumi goes behind, but eats an elbow from Holiday. Sumi runs the ropes, but Rosa trips her up, and Holiday follows with a grounded drop kick, covers, and only gets a 2 count. Holiday gets tied up in the ropes, allowing Rosa to get the cheap shot in as Rain tries to help, but Todd is distracted by Rain, allowing the sisters to double team, and Rosa replaces Holiday. Might have been no tag there, which would fit their heel stick. Covers, but only gets a 2 count. Rosa mocks Sumi, and the crowd whips her hard to the corner. No, the crowd didn't whip her. Sumi whipped her in the corner and keeps her tagging in Holiday. Holiday keeps the pressure on, crushing Sumi in the corner and hitting a nice vertical suplex and a cover for 2 before shoving Rain, which distracts Todd again and opens the sisters up for more shenanigans as Rosa comes back in, faking the attack again. Stamp bear by Rosa as she mocks Sumi, hits a nice running snap senton, covers but only gets a 2. Really digging, saying more of Thunder Rosa. She's got something. Headlock by Rosa. The crowd fires up. Sumi, who throws Rosa down and gets a counter into the armbar, which Holiday breaks up. Slap by Rosa on Sumi. Great aggression. A big knife edge chop followed against the ropes. Sumi is struggling, and she eats another chop by Rosa. Another snap bear and a cover by Rosa. Only gets a 2 count. Rosa sends Sumi into Holiday's boot and tags her in. Slam by Holiday and another quick tag to Rosa, followed by a Holiday leg drop and another Rosa senton. Covers again, but Sumi kicks out at 2 again. Another quick tag to Holiday. Great tag team wrestling here, who beats down Sumi until Sumi gets a takedown and looks for the tag, but Holiday cuts her off. Tags in Rosa. Sumi gets in a camel clutch as Rosa runs the ropes just to slap Sumi in the face. Love it. Cover, but still only gets 2 count on Sumi. Tag again to Holiday, who drives Sumi into the corner and sets her up top. Sumi fights back and drops Holiday with a middle rope drop kick. Both women are down as Sumi looks for the tag as Holiday also tags in Rosa. Sumi gets a tag to Rain, who was hot, dropping Rosa with a clothesline, an elbow, and an enziguri. Gets a Rain check and covers Rosa, but Holiday breaks up the 2. Sumi takes out Holiday and puts her outside the ring. Rain catches Rosa with an elbow, but misses a springboard crossbody. Rosa takes advantage and looks for a big move, but Rain reverses looks for off with her head, but Rosa pushes Rain off. Gets a roll up with the tights and gets the win over Rain and Sumi. And the reporter's rating, Jay, gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And the heels got to win with the roll up with the tights. This was a super solid match following all 4 here. A great statement about the depth of the women's division and the potential of a women's tag division in Ring of Honor. While I love Rain and Sumi as the vets of the division, this felt like exactly the move to make. And this was my favorite outing from the sisters. Yet, as they continue to build momentum as a team, a loss would have messed with that a bit. I dig Holiday a lot, but for me, this was Thunder Rosa show. As she showed that she can both use her smaller size and her speed and pull out some power when needed. And it's so locked into her character. And this is true of Holiday too. But I feel more tightness from Rosa. Looks like she is having a blast playing this role, and it feeds a great energy into the match. Rain and Sumi also played their parts extremely well there, and can weather a loss here with a losing status. I'm loving where this division is going. Keep it up. After the match, Madison Rain looked pissed and leaves Sumi alone in the ring and storms off. Tag Wars Round 1, Coast to Coast versus Shinobi Shadow Squad. Cheeseburger and Eli Isom with Ryan Nova. Don't know Ryan Nova and don't really know Eli Isom. Red Titus appears and does his new pose down entrance with a finished trophy in tow. He joins Ian on commentary. Very excited by C2C. Though their entrance package I don't quite get because it feels super heelish to me, whereas they've been pretty solid faces so far. I think their energy calls for something more high energy and fun than this. Also excited by 3S, as it feels like a great evolution for all, and Eli Isom is just arguably the most exciting true rookie on the roster right now. Cheeseburger chants from the crowd. We get the code of honor and the belt. LSG and Burger start off. Lock up, trade waist locks. Burger gets a wrist. LSG flips out of it and gets Burger's wrist. Burger with a nice flip counter and of his own with a headlock. LSG whips him. They each get a quick one fall. Or one count. LSG ducks show tie. Whatever that is. Show tie. As they go forehead to forehead. LSG tags in Shahim Ali. Isom on the other side. Lock up, goes in the corner. They break, and Isom gets a headlock. Gets whipped, but plows through Ali. They run the ropes, leapfrogs, and Isom connects with a Triple H style knee, which might be becoming a signature move. Ali flips over Isom from the apron and gets a big body slam on Isom. Twisting standing splash from Ali for a cover. Only gets a 2 count. Isom fights back. Gets behind Ali, who eats a boot. Burger gets tagged in. Isom grabs the feet and opens up Ali for a bulldog from Burger. Nicely done. Covers but only gets a 1 count. Chop from Burger. Tries to whip Ali, but Ali reverses. LSG gets the tag, and CDC hits a nice combo into a LSG drop kick. Covers but only get for a near fall 2 count. Tag to Ali. They hit dual kicks to Burger's chest. Covers but only gets a 2 count. Burger tries to fight back, but Ali keeps him grounded. Burger with a slap, but Ali whips him to the corner. Tags LSG, who gets a great butterfly suplex and covers, but Isom breaks it up at 2. Burger fights back, gets a jawbreaker, but can't get the tag. Burger takes down Ali, but LSG prevents the tag. Burger finds an opening and tags Isom in, who comes in hot and springboard drop kick to take down LSG. Isom dumps Ali outside. LSG goes behind, but Isom counters with strikes and an enziguri. Pops LSG up and turns it into an air raid crash. Covers, but LSG kicks out at 2. Isom looks for a suplex, but LSG counters, nails a pump kick, and tags in Ali. Double team attempt is countered, but LSG gets a swinging face plant. Ali comes in with a gut wrench and gets a huge sit out doctor bomb. Cover, but Burger breaks it up at 2. Burger gets upped. Tag to LSG. They get a double team hip toss, but Isom reverses it and tags in Burger, who comes off the top and takes C2C down with a crossbody. Cartwheel evasion by Burger. Drop kick takes down Ali, and Burger gets a great super kick on LSG. Show tie in the corner on LSG. Isom gets a springboard frog splash, and Burger follows it with a senton. Covers, but Ali breaks that up with a diving headbutt. Burger looks for a show tie again on Ali. Ali counters and gets a huge swing out slam, and then takes out Isom at ringside as LSG hits 450 off the top. Covers and gets a win. And the rating from Jay, 3.75 out of 5. Enjoyed the hell out of this match, and it was close to punching through to the next level. C2C is looking amazing coming out of Germany, and I think they are well placed to be the next generation of tag team establishment in the company. Their execution is so crisp, so focused, so precise, and they bring such a great high energy vibe to their work. 3S also looked great. Here is Burger has truly evolved into a company star, and so his mentorship role here with Ryan Nova and Isom feels really totally earned, as his confidence in the ring is the best it ever has been. And if if you read the last Ring of Honor stuff, you'll know how I feel about Isom, and it's just confirmed it yet. Dude is having an outstanding rookie outing, and it is impossible not to be noticed that he's really bringing the goods and working his tail off. While an argument could be made for 3S here, I think there is some real investment in mind with C2C. So this was all in all a really super match. Nice work all around. We got a code of honor after the match, and that was an awesome chance for the crowd. Next match, we got Clark Connors, Carl Fredericks, and Alex Coughlin versus Villain Enterprises. Don't know either one of those teams. Ring of Honor, Young Lions looked really good from last night. It's VE. Really, it's clearly on the rise. That is a very, very good thing. Marty chance to start. Fredericks is fired up and showing some aggression, punking out VE a bit. That's Villain Enterprises. With King stepping up to start things off. Lock up start. Neither gets the advantage. They lock up again, and Fredericks goes behind King. Just tosses them off. They both tackle. No one moves. King with big chops and a wrist lock as Marty tags in. Tag on the other side to Coughlin. They lock up. Marty goes behind, and they go to mat work. Hammer lock from Marty. Coughlin counters out of it with a wrist lock. Marty with a gorgeous escape into a headlock. Marty counters a hip toss into a backside, but only gets one count. Thrust kick by Marty, but Coughlin gets the hip toss and a drop kick to take Marty down. Coughlin goes for Marty, but Marty stays in the ropes before tagging in PCO. Tag to Connors on the other side. Connors slaps the heck out of PCO, who just absorbs it. Each one before getting a huge belly-to-back bomb. Followed by PCO, who tosses Connors into the corner as Marty tags in. Chopped by Marty. Connors looks to reverse, but he eats a back elbow from Marty. Marty goes to the bottom rope. Decapitator. Connors is prone with his head and chest on the apron. PCO looks for a cannonball on the apron, but Connors moves and PCO hits hard. King checks on PCO, who shakes it off. He's not human. Back in the ring, Fredericks gets the tag and hits a big spinebuster on Marty. He and Coughlin keep King at bay as they triple team Marty in the corner. Coughlin with a Polish hammer. Elbow from Fredericks, and Marty is reeling. Tag by Connors, who keeps Marty in the corner. Coughlin tags in next as takes the arm to ground Marty. Marty fights up, evades Coughlin in the corner, and looks to tag out. King gets a tag, as does Connors. And King just wipes out everyone. Big cannonball in the corner on someone. Marty tags in as King takes Connors outside with a boot. King then picks up Connors for a suplex outside, but stalls it to Marty, so Marty can hit the apron super kick before King drops him. Nice move there. Connors tags back in. Marty gets whipped, and they get a double team. King sets up a German, and Marty comes in from the apron with a sunset flip that adds some extra throw to the German suplex. Covered by Marty, but the Lions break it up. King takes down Fredericks, and Coughlin calls in PCO, who fires up, runs the ropes, and gets dumped on the Lions outside by King. What the hell, man? PCO chants from the crowd. Marty calls for his chicken wing, but Connors counters into the Boston Crab. The Young Lions assigned finisher. Marty tries the ropes. Connors pulls him back and turns Marty counter into a roll-up for a 2 count. Powerbomb by Marty to take control. PCO climbs and hits a leg drop off the middle rope. Marty slingshots counter into an elbow from the King. Then holds Connors over his knees as King hits a running senton. King hoists Connors. Gonzo driver. PCO climbs and lands another moonsault. Covers and gets the win. 3.75 stars out of 5 from the reporter, Jay. This was a fun 6-man match with the showcase the Young Lions, perhaps a bit much for a team like VE, who I don't think should have to struggle against Lions, who have a ton of potential. I don't doubt that Shibata is an amazing teacher, as well as establishing even more cohesion and teamwork between VE, who come off looking fantastic. I can't wait for the King and PCO to really start unloading. I can't wait for the title matches. I just feel like everyone here is ready to explode, and this was just a taste. This was a great appetite winner for a match for everyone in the ring. Next match, we got Matt Taven with TK O'Ryan versus Jonathan Gresham. Ian's great with the Twitter reads, building it into a story and his own POV. In a way, I really enjoy it. Taven tries to get Cruz to introduce him as the real world champion, but Gresham comes out before he can, so Taven interrupts the entrance on the mic. He asks if this is a joke. He gets flown here just so he can fight a Melvin. He finds that disrespectful. He is building a purple rain. Ha! He defends his belt like the fighting champion he is. Of course, anything's better than Brock Lesnar. Every 90 days wrestles against people who deserve it. Taven calls Gresham Jay Lethal's young boy and says he will never be a world champion. He is a world champion because he's Matt Taven. TK takes the mic and runs down Gresham and CCK, saying he doesn't care about Lethal's endorsement either. TK offers to fight him instead because he knows for a fact that he's a better wrestler than Gresham. Everyone agrees to it, and we have a new match. TK O'Ryan versus Jonathan Gresham. Taven interrupts Cruz's intro again to give a proper intro to TK. I love the Kingdom. The Kingdom talks crap as they lock up. With Gresham getting the arm, Taven joins Ian on commentary. TK tries to reverse, but Gresham moves in with him. TK gets Gresham in the corner and lands a sharp elbow to the face, which pisses off Gresham. TK offers Gresham his wrist mockingly as TK turns it into a hammerlock and says, "Who's such a good wrestler now?" Well, Gresham now pretzels himself and offers a wrist looking super confident. TK takes it and Gresham just schools Gresham. TK with an ankle pick. They run the ropes. Gresham outsmarts TK and lands a great drop kick. Gresham moves to TK, who spits in his face. Gresham is getting more and more pissed off by TK. Gresham gets a mat advantage again and snags the ankle and looks to spit on TK, who moves out of the way and says, "What the hell?" Gresham runs the ropes and TK drops down, but Gresham holds on so TK lands in the spit. What? Gresham goes behind, but TK turns out and lands a nasty punch in the face. Mounts Gresham and just punches and chokes Gresham on the mat. TK dumps Gresham and sends him into the barricade, then runs him all the way across to the other side of the ring. Gresham gets sent face first into the apron, breaks the ref's count, and then slams Gresham into the barricade chest first. TK taunts the crowd. He's old school heel. TK puts Gresham back inside the ring and says he's the best around and stalks Gresham, who tries to fight back. Gets a break, but TK evades Gresham on the corner and puts him down with a final cut. Covers for a 2 count. Gresham gets a headlock. TK lifts Gresham and tries for a cover. TK powers up. They trade counters, but TK hits a great back elbow and Pele kick to drop Gresham, who covers and only gets a 2 count. TK keeps mocking Gresham. Gresham fires off, but TK drops him, covers and only gets 1 count. Gresham keeps coming, but gets dropped again for a TK 2 count. And TK mocks Gresham and the crowd, but Gresham blocks a Euro and hits a nice enziguri to stall TK out. CCK chants. Gresham keeps the pressure up, gets a chop in the corner. Drops TK in the corner and gets a running drop kick to a seated TK, who rolls outside the ring for an escape. Gresham looks to run the ropes, but TK moves out of the way, but Gresham comes off anyway with a knee off the apron. TK back inside. Gresham climbs and hits a huge crossbody off the top to drop TK. Gresham climbs TK and locks in an octopus, but we get the red balloons, and Vinny has arrived to distract the ref so he doesn't see TK tap out, which he does. Gresham knocks Vinny off the apron, gets in the ref's face for a moment, which allows TK to trip him up. and gets his feet on the ropes right at the last moment to get Gresham down for the 3 count and the win. As Jonathan Gresham by pinfall after a cover with his feet on the ropes. The cheat win. And the rating from Jay, the reporter, 3.5 out of 5 stars. This was really good, but didn't quite move me as much as I wanted. And I found the end a bit deflating, even though it makes perfect sense in so many ways, especially the Kingdom, and especially TK here. Moves more and more in a classic heel direction, which I dig because it's rare to find one that truly works these days. And it really works with them. I don't know. I just know these two are capable of more. But regardless, this was a nice everything you can do style match. And both guys walked away looking solid and feeding into the post-match, which transitions us into a next match seamlessly. Good work. After the match, Vinny jumps Gresham brutally. With TK joining in, Jay Lethal now appears, belt in tow, and help comes from backstage. The Kingdom is escorted back to the back as Taven talks crap. Jay takes the mic and says everyone is sick of the Kingdom's shenanigans. Jay calls out Taven's fake belt and says Taven's going to get what's coming to him real soon. But first, he's going to shut Vinny's mouth. Jay mentions that Vinny has said that if he beats Lethal, he's going to throw the Ring of Honor title in the garbage. Very similar to what happened on tonight on the episode of SmackDown. Jay says, let's not wait. Vinny starts saying, you want it, or you want to? Over and over. The crowd pops for it. Jay makes the offer official and calls for the ref. Todd Sinclair comes down, and we have our title match early. Ring of Honor World Championship match. Vinny Marseglia versus Jay Lethal. And this is a big defense for Jay. And it will both tie him for the most cumulative defenses at 38, along with Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson, a.k.a. Daniel Bryan, as well as the longest cumulative reign in Ring of Honor history. Awesome. Well deserved. We get an official into Cruz. When Todd shows Vinny the belt, he grabs it and shoves Todd off as he mocks and kicks the title belt into the corner, which brings in Jay hot with a drop kick and aggressive beatdown. Vinny rolls it outside, but Jay stays on him and is just kicking his butt. Vinny fights back, though, and sends Jay into the ring post. Jay fights back and throws Vinny into the barricade, follows up with a chop, and then gets some distance for a running drop kick of Vinny against the barricade. Nice pop from the crowd. Jay tosses Vinny back in, but Vinny fights back. But Jay catches him off the rope with a cartwheel drop kick combo. Chops from Jay in the corner, whips Vinny, but Vinny crotches him on the top rope and follows with a drop kick that sends Jay back outside. Gresham is at ringside as Jay's second. Vinny talks crap on the title and the Ring of Honor crowd before beating down Jay at ringside. Vinny's got crazy eyes now. Vinny chases off the timekeeper, folks, and grabs the belt. Then uncovers the table and tells Jay that he's going to destroy the Ring of Honor title. He lays the belt on the table, then looks under the ring and pulls out his hatchet. Vinny approaches the belt, but Jay cuts him off with a drop kick to the face. Then heads inside and lands a suicide dive, and then dumps Vinny back in. Jay comes off the top. Vinny evades and hits a knee and a belly to back side effect. Covers but only gets a 2 count. Vinny says Jay isn't the real champ. Scattered, yes he is, chant. Jay counters Vinny into a lethal combination. Feeds off the crowd, hits a lariat. Back elbow and insecurity to stagger Vinny. Then gets an elbow in the corner and Death Valley driver. Jay calls for hell to the king. Climbs the corner. Vinny gets a foot up, but Jay catches it and looks for the figure 4. Vinny counters it into a roll up, but gets a 2 count. Jay hits the ropes and comes back with a lethal injection out of nowhere. Covers Vinny and gets a pin to win and retaining and the tie break. Some records. And the reporters, Jay, rating 3.75 out of 5 stars. This wasn't my favorite title match I've seen from Jay Lethal, and most suffered because it just seemed so outside the realm of storyline possibility for Jay to drop to Vinny with Taven's own agenda carrying the Kingdom's world title pursuit. But that doesn't mean both talents didn't still look really good, as they did. Vinny's character is ridiculous, but he lives it so well. Don't doubt it for a moment. He adds a craziness factor to the kingdom, which really gives each of them individuality, while still allowing them to make total sense as a team. Now, what more needs to be said about Lethal? I don't think he's capable of delivering a bad match anymore. Not everyone will be legendary, but he just delivers overall quality again and again. I love that Ring of Honor that has invested in him to the point of these records. If anyone deserves a "you deserve it" chant, it is Lethal. After the match, TK run down, but Gresham takes him out. Lethal's chance for the crowd. A rush package for Florida appearances. Yeah, that's about it. That's about what it was. A small and generic package for Rush appearing in Florida. Whatever. Rush is great. One of Women of Honor World Championship. Dr. Britt Baker versus Kelly Klein. Manny Leon joins on commentary, huh? Maybe it's just me, but since Ian says that this was just added, it gives me the whiff of this being a goodbye match of sorts, given Baker's contract with AEW. We'll see if it plays out that way. Klein is out with her training posse, Camp Klein, who are not above involving themselves recently on Ring of Honor TV. Mandy Leon is terrible on the commentary. We get a code of honor, but Klein pulls it into a headbutt to the jaw as we get the bell. Klein mocks Baker, gets a cravat, and lays in some stiff knees. Looks for a wraparound guillotine that almost masks her grabbing Baker's hair. Baker moves Klein to the ropes to break, but Klein holds onto her hair for the 4 count, then puts Baker down. Klein is taking her time, getting a snapmare and locking in a chin lock. Baker powers up, gets a snapmare, and snags a backside for a 2 count. Baker evades strikes from Klein, gets another roll up for a 2 count. Then mounts Klein and raises down shots, pops from Baker from the crowd. Baker evades Klein in the corner and lands a knee in a running famouser to Klein, who begs off Baker. Baker snatches the wrist, moves the hand down, and then stomps on the hand, then takes the mouth guard as she looks for revenge on the headbutt. Hits a jawbreaker and a super kick. Covered by Baker, but only gets a 2. Transitions right into the ring because the rings are shattered. Klein shifts weight into a roll-up for a 2 count. Both are up. Klein kicks Baker in the leg and hits a nice Fisher-woman suplex. Floats over and looks for a guillotine, but Baker counters and puts on a mandible claw. Klein gets to the ropes for a break. Baker looks to stay on Klein, but Klein trips Baker up and slides it inside for a knee strike. That KOs Baker, but Klein pushes Todd away and lock on the end of the match. Her guillotine, and Todd calls for the stoppage, giving Klein the win. Klein defeated Dr. Baker by a referee stoppage after a knee strike at the end of the match to retain the Women of Honor World Championship. And the reporters rating 2 3/4 stars out of 5. This was a fine match. Baker is great. Klein is really good, but needs to refine some things to unlock her full potential. And so overall, this was a decent, competitive, if sluggish at times, title match that continues Klein's established dominance of the division as of late. I wish Baker could stick around, but I'm also super excited about what might happen for her with All Elite Wrestling. I wish they had given a bit more time. I wish it would have been a bit sharper at times, but it did the job. Also, Mandy Leon needs to stop being put on commentary. After the match, Klein got on the headset next to Ian and calls out Sumisaki for her title defense against her tomorrow. Klein needs to harness more of that. There was something there. It's still a little raw, but it feels like the right direction for her. Yeah, keep working on that. Tag Wars Round 1. Colt Cabana and Willie Mack versus Kenny King and a mystery partner. Willie Mack was out wearing his NWA National Championship belt. I love that he has gold, and I see how NWA was going for the throwback. But I don't know if it's the strongest belt design. But who cares? Willie Mack is awesome. Colt in with a jacket with a Chicago City flag on the back, which, as in Chicago, it always makes me smile. King comes out with a mic, looks ready to speak, but then heads to the back again. Video package begins, and it's MVP. The Beatdown Clan is back together and in Ring of Honor. Decent pop for MVP, and I have to say, I like the potential of him in Ring of Honor. Short or long term, we get the MVP chance. This feels like a great entrance vibe for MVP. BDC throws up their sign and refuses the code of honor. Mack and King starts us off with the bell. Lock up. King pushed into the corner. And Colt comes over and King just gives up. They break up and lock up again. King goes behind. Mack out of it. King counters into an arm drag and gets Mack grounded. Mack fights back. They run the ropes. Mack with an arm drag and a headlock to take control. King with Mack to the ropes, and they meet with a tackle. But neither budges. Another tackle, still no movement, but King gets a kick. Mack ducks another. We get a double drop kick and a double kip up into a standoff. Tag to MVP, tag to Colt. Lock up, the trade wrist control. Nice counter from MVP into a headlock takeover to ground Colt. Colt reverses into a head scissors. Hold as MVP head stands out of it. Pats Colt on the chest and goes tranquilo in the corners. Nice connection there. Colt says MVP is indeed balling. Lock up again. Colt uses his speed to stay ahead of MVP and gets an arm wringer to flip MVP over. He then goes to dance in the corner and shoots the 3 to mock MVP. Mack loves it. Goes for it. And goes down. Air ball chance. So Colt goes and gets the ball. Mind. Climbs the corner again. Spins it on his finger. Shoots again, but MVP swats it away. Holy crap chance. I love it. Another lockup. MVP gets the advantage with a hard elbow and a shot in the corner. Whips Colt, but Colt reverses it into a Superman pin for a 2 count. Tag to Mack, who comes off with an axe handle to the shoulder. Quick tag to Colt, who comes off with a ball and elbow to the shoulder. Stealing moves. Tag to Mack, who hits it again, and King is getting fired up. Arm wrenched by Mack, but MVP fires back and breaks free. Whip to Mack, but Mack snaps off a spinning heel kick to take down MVP, who rolls outside. Mack runs the ropes looking to dive, but King cuts him off with a knee at the last minute. MVP is in and covers, gets a series of 2 counts, tag to King, who gets shot to Mack, a slam, and a bottom rope springing leg drop. Covers on only gets to 2. Quick tag to MVP, who stays on Mack with knees to the gut and a knee drop. Covers only gets a 2 count. Tag to King, and BDC gets some double teaming in before Mack gets a beard-assisted chin lock on the Mack. Crowd starts firing Mack up. Mack fights King off and gets a jawbreaker. Looks to tag, but King cuts him off with a spinning heel kick. Covers, but still only gets a 2 count. King breaks Mack back to his corner and tags MVP, who lays his strikes and whips Mack. But Mack ducks a clothesline, hits a flying shining wizard, and both are down. Mack gets the tag to Colt, who first takes out King before turning to MVP and lands a great standing Cabrata to take down BDC. Colt is still in his prime as far as I'm concerned. Jabs Colt and gets a flip, flop, and fly elbow. MVP reverses the whip, but Colt gets a flying head scissor. MVP looks for a tag, but King is still out, and Colt connects with a flying a-hole. Mack into the follow and gets the awesome inverted cannonball on a corner-seated MVP. Samoan drop by Willie. Tip up, a standing moonsault. Mack covers, but MVP is up at 2. Mack looks for the stunner, but MVP fights out. Gets an elbow and a Euro. Gets a European uppercut, stiff lariat that takes Mack outside. Colt in, but MVP dumps him. Then gets down. So King and hit the ropes and launch off of them into a corkscrew plancha. King sends Mack back outside. MVP gets Mack down with a jawbreaker and lands the ball and elbow. MVP looks for the playmaker, hits it, covers, but Mack is out at 2. Mac also gave one of his best sells of the move I've seen in a while. Tagged the king. BDC looks for a double team suplex, but Mac lands on his feet and gets a double center. Tagged the Colt, who comes in with hot jabs on King. King counters and lands bend the knee. Covers, only gets a 2 count. King then hoists Colt and gets the chin checker. And a Trouble in Paradise style kick. Covers again, but Mac breaks it up at 2. Mac sends BDC outside. Runs the ropes and hits a great tope conhilo to take out both BDC members. King back in. Colt hoists him up, but King gets behind. Colt tries to open him up for Mac, but King evades it, and MVP crushes Mac in the corner with player's boot. MVP gets another one on Colt. King follows up with a royal flush and covers Colt for the win to advance. The Beatdown Clan defeats Colt Cabana and Willie Mack by pinfall to advance in Tag War 2019. The reporter's rating 3.9 out of 5 stars. One click away from being a truly great match, and take nothing away from how good it truly was. Hey, it's round 1. I gotta say something for the build. This is also some of the strongest work I've seen from MVP in a while, who just seemed motivated in a great way in the BDC reunion. I do have questions about what it means for Free King with the team advancing, and it seemed King was poised for a strong singles run soon, and this puts him back in the tag picture, which he's done a bunch of ways before. But also BDC moving past Colt and Willie Mack in round 1 also makes total sense, and gets the audience invested in MVP's return for the tour, which is a very good thing. Everyone looked great there, and Colt's comedy was folded into match seamlessly, so it truly added to the experience of the whole, enhancing the strong ring work from all 4. Mac just oozes charisma and execution. Personally, I was stoked to see MVP here, and further stoked to see how well he delivered here. Maybe Ring of Honor could be in his future, although AEW could be interesting for him as well. He always been close to finding a main event home. Maybe his time is coming. Proving ground match, Ring of Honor TV Championship. Rocky Romero versus Dalton Castle versus Jeff Cobb. Castle was out with the boys. Castle pumps up the energy as we get Code of Honor and the bell. Standoff between Cobb and Castle at the top. Rocky comes up 2, but his size disadvantage is clear. Cobb and Castle step away from Rocky condescendingly. Rocky taking offense, puts himself between, but gets shoved off again, so Rocky gets a shot in on Castle that shoves him into Cobb and is able to dump Castle outside. Cobb absorbs shots from Rocky, but uses his speed to get a pop-up drop kick, dumps Castle for another 2 count, and is able to keep Cobb down and staggered. Rocky stays on Cobb, calls for the forever clotheslines, winds him up, but Cobb catches him coming and throws him into a belly-to-belly suplex. Cobb charges at Castle in the corner, but Castle evades, trying a running crossbody, who gets caught and popped up for the stalling suplex, but Rocky intervenes with a kick that allows Castle to get the roll-up, which Rocky broke up at 2 count. Drop kick by Rocky that sends Cobb into the buckles, but Castle fights back, kicks Cobb and throws Rocky, strikes by Rocky to fight back, shots to Cobb as well, chops to Castle in the ropes, but Castle fights back, and he and Rocky trade shots as well. Castle gets the advantage, sending Rocky to the corner and lays in shots, one for Cobb, but Rocky fights back and locks in for a sunset flip on Cobb. Cobb deadlifts him up into a front slam position. Castle comes off the corner with a drop kick to Rocky's back that puts Cobb with Rocky on top for a cover, but Castle breaks it up with a gut wrench, which Rocky counters into a Hurricanrana. Rocky looks for a Rana on Cobb, but Cobb buckle bombs him into Castle in the corner, gets distance and hits a running European uppercut on Castle, but Rocky moves out of the way. Cobb whips Rocky in the corner but misses running European uppercut and eats a knee strike from Castle. Rocky ducks Castle and hits a diagonal forever clothesline on both Cobb and Castle. Rocky follows with a double Rana that takes both opponents over. Nice pop for Rocky. Rocky looks for side spread. Cobb counters but eats a rewind kick. Pump kick from Castle on Rocky. Goes for Cobb but eats a headbutt. Rocky and Castle try knee strikes, but Cobb wipes them both out with a double lariat. Cobb chants for the crowd. All three trade